You get a sense of the scale and ambition of the Church of Scientology from the footage of their galas. They look more like a Hollywood awards show than anything recognizably spiritual. A religion created by a sci-fi writer and now run by a mysterious and unapproachable leader, whose disciples include top Hollywood actors. For years, my dream was that I might be the first journalist to see another, more positive side of the church. Their commercials promise enlightenment, using techniques that combine spirituality and science, with the ultimate aim of a planet free from insanity, crime and war. The videos boast of the church's global reach, and followers they say are in the millions. Watching their promotional films, I dreamed of experiencing their practices firsthand. I made repeated requests to be allowed inside, but my approaches were all turned down. Gradually I realized they were never going to let me in. But inspired by their religious filmmaking, I began thinking of another way inside that was still true to the spirit of Scientology. I've been in touch with one of the most prominent ex-members of Scientology. His name is Marty Rathbun, and my hope is that he can help me realize this idea I have. For many years, he was one of the most senior figures in the whole church. Their photos show him in uniform next to David Miscavige, the church leader. And then in 2004 he left and started giving interviews about the church and his role within it.
I was basically Mr. Fix-It for Scientology for a couple of decades, frankly. I mean, I was, wherever there was a fire, I was out there to put it out.
Do you need a push?
Maybe.
The church now regards him as deeply untrustworthy.
Oh, this Louis is a yoga master.
But for more than 20 years, he was the consummate insider.
It feels pretty secure.
And he still believes in aspects of Scientology.
You want to just get some B-roll?
Yeah.
Have you driven in L.A. before, Louis?
I've been living in LA for the last year.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
North Hobart, very close to the Celebrity Center.
I'll be darned.
And we've flown him in from Texas, where he now lives, and brought him back to Scientology's birthplace and his old home, Los Angeles. Got my written response from the church, so
really?
I wanted to mention that.
Okay.
And what they mention is that Mr. Through had been in direct communication with and had interviewed bitter anti-Scientologist Marty Rathbun. Is that what poisoned them against our production? Is that what closed the door to us, do you think? Or would they never have taken part?
You can't film me.
We're not filming.
You are. You have the camera.
Turn the camera up.
So what are you doing a documentary about?
It's about the Church of Scientology.
Oh.
You probably should interview her.
Well, maybe we will, but we should probably finish what we were.
Yeah, can we finish what we're doing?
I'm an actress and
Well, we are in LA.
yeah, but no, I mean, I've done over 45
Sure.
films in French and Spanish and a lot of things. Okay, well, my name is Paz. Paz.
How do you spell that?
Yes.
That's great. Thank you so much. They sent her over.
The church.
Don't you think?
No, they're not that sophisticated.
Honey trap.
They're not that sophisticated.
You would have done that in your day.
No, I wouldn't have done that in my day.
The founder of Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard, was a writer of pulp fiction, and in 1950 he published a self-help book called Dianetics. It became the basis for an entire religion, teaching that we are all immortal spirits called Thetans, who live multiple lifetimes. Using Scientology processes, we can become enlightened, remember past lives, and carry all our present-day memories into future lifetimes. Over the years, Hubbard won thousands of converts.
Hello, my name is David Miscavige, and I'm very happy that you could all make it to this important briefing this evening.
And then, in 1986, there was a gathering of Scientologists at the Hollywood Palladium, and it was announced that Hubbard had died.
The body he had used to facilitate his existence in this messed universe had ceased to be useful, and in fact had become an impediment to the work he now must do outside of its confines.
The announcement was made in this famous footage by a young man in his 20s called David Miscavige. And he has run Scientology ever since, and done so, according to his critics, in an increasingly unpredictable and volatile fashion.
Joining us live tonight is David Miscavige, whose formal title is Chairman of the Board of the Religious Technology Center, the organization which manages Dianetics and Scientology. Mr. Miscavige took over as the head of Scientology in 1987, following the death of the church's founder, L. Ron Hubbard.
In 1992, he spoke to Ted Koppel, the host of Nightline. It was an unusually revealing encounter, and to date, his only TV interview. So we've got actors coming in to be David Miscavige, and for me, the idea really is to kind of recreate. You know, we can't get the real Miscavige, but we can create our own Miscavige using lines from that rare Ted Koppel interview to help Marty to cast him. I'm going to lean heavily on Marty. I'm conscious it's his version, and it's seen in hindsight after an acrimonious split from the church. Okay.
Hi, Chris.
How are you doing?
Hi, my name's Chris Garrett.
Should I sit in? What do you think? Should I do a Koppel voice? No, it's just cheesy.
It's up to you, Luke. Whatever you
Yeah, I'd like to begin, Mr. Miscavige, with, I guess, the kind of broad question perhaps folks at home may be asking themselves right now.
Perhaps folks at home may be asking themselves right now, but let me be the guinea pig for a moment. See if you can explain to me why I would want to be a Scientologist.
Because you care about yourself and life itself.
Because you care about your life. Wait, hold on.
Yourself and life
Yeah.
Scientology, the word means study of life, study of knowledge. And that's what it is. It takes up all areas of life itself.
Things that are integral and maxims. They're related to life and very existence.
Let me give you an example. It's
Better if I take that because it's such a broad-ranging subject.
It's better if I take that because it covers such a broad range of subjects.
That's the area of communication.
Being able to communicate in the world around you and everyone here.
Good. I want it to feel as real as possible, but I want to get Marty back into the headspace of where he was when he was inside the church. And we're using this rare bit of footage because he was there in the studio at Miscavige's side when it was recorded. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's not Miscavige.
I'm serious. You know, all these guys that you like, they're no good.
Well, no, but he actually...
Boy, this is not a minor game we're playing here. Every man, woman, and child, their immortal future depends on us succeeding. This is the attitude. This is what you're missing. You've got to have that intensity, okay? Because this is not some minor game.
I thought he had that.
This is dying, not just dying this lifetime. It's dying and dying and dying and dying and being a smoldering ember that floats through space, hurtling through space.
Literally that?
It's literally that if we don't succeed.
Is that something he would say?
Absolutely. It's right in the policy letters in Keeping Scientology Workable. We'd rather have you dead than incapable. That's the training attitude.
That was your mindset?
Yeah.
For 27 years?
Well, for 22 years. First 5 years I was pretty laid back. Scary, huh? Makes you wonder what I'm capable of, right?
Little bit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, let's stick with me, okay? So far in life, I haven't had a whole lot of trouble communicating. Now, see if you can communicate to me what it is that you're going to be able to do for me that makes me a better communicator.
Well, number one, I would never try to talk you into that Scientology is for you. You see, that's the funny thing about this, is if I'm now going to give a sales pitch to you on Scientology.
You see that edge? He's got that down. He's pissed, but he's not overtly showing it. But he's combating.
But if you want me, if you want to see something else, throw any direction at me, and I'll just give you another.
Get up and get in my face and put your finger in my chest and let me know that my problem is that I buy my own bullshit.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Who are you to come in here and tell me that what I stand for and what I have learned is the right way? Look, you people are programmed and sold. Listen to me, you slimy little cocksucker. You fuck up one more time, I will rip your fucking face off. You got that? Get with me, motherfucker!
Get personal. Dress the guy down.
I don't want you just to
call
agree
him a
with
four-eyed son of a bitch,
You're
cocksucker.
a four-eyed son of a bitch, you cocksucker. I mean, you had no idea what you were doing from the beginning, and I knew that.
Louder.
You had no idea what you were doing from the beginning, and I knew.
I can't really interpret this, but I need more minutes.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm reading about him right now.
But I can't really interpret it. I have 14 minutes.
Well, he's just going to do that for a minute.
I'll just say I don't know.
Shove him against the wall.
You son of a bitch, listen to me.
This is really good.
Okay, you're gonna fucking do what I tell you next time, and you're gonna actually listen to me.
Louis, this is really good.
From the start.
Okay, cut. Okay.
You're a cock-sucking loser! You're a piece of shit! I'm telling you what you're worth! I'm telling you what you've been doing with your life! Don't look away!
He's got it. He's got it. This is David Miscavige right here.
Where were you getting that from?
I tap into anger very easily, and righteousness.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's righteous anger. That was like being there. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Take care. Okay, cheers. I'm aware that we're going to the violence quite quickly and to the sort of the negative characterization. But I don't know if we're going to get the sense of why for 22 years you were working hand in glove in a devoted fashion with that guy.
Well, as you said, it was you thought it was kind of nice having your face ripped off up against the wall.
Yeah, but that was play acting.
I know. So what's the difference?
orthodoxy to the Scientology religion so that it forever remains faithful to the teachings of L. Ron.
Good. He's indignant, but he's also trying to make his case to an impartial person, like a judge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, should we go? Go.
I am, and since 1987 have been, the chairman of the board of Religious Technology Center, a Section 501c3 tax-exempt, non-profit religious corporation whose sole purpose is to maintain the orthodoxy of the Scientology religion.
I mean, I would take it down a notch.
Okay.
Because I think that went a little too conversational.
Yeah.
Most Scientologists would never meet David Miscavige. They have normal jobs. They might volunteer in the church's bookshops, which they call orgs. They don't wear uniforms. And in LA, many of them are actors.
I grew up in Boston, small town boy, and with big town dreams, so I decided, to just take the leap to Hollywood and become an actor. I didn't really have like a plan in mind per se. I just kind of came here and just hoped that I would, find my way in the business. So I picked up a copy of Backstage Newspaper, which is the trade newspaper that actors subscribe to that lists all the different auditions in town and all the different classes. And there's a huge ad, how to break into the industry, teaching you all the ins and outs of how to make it in Hollywood. So I took the bus up to the Celebrity Center, and I walk in, and we went into their theater room to watch their orientation film.
Right this instant, you are at the threshold of your next trillion years. You will live it in shivering, agonized darkness, or you will live it triumphantly in the light. The choice is yours.
That's the one where he says, if at the end of this, you're not convinced that this is for you, you're free to walk away.
It would be stupid, but you can do it. You can also dive off a bridge or blow your brains out.
Blow your brains out, yeah.
That is your choice.
When you're a new actor and you come to somewhere like the Celebrity Center and they're telling you, we can help make you someone like the new Tom Cruise, you're like, oh, wow, that's what I want. They just tell you, it's a course away. Your happiness is a course away. If I see someone on the street, at the bus stop, you'd go up to them and just try to be their friend.
Give them one of these?
Give them one of these booklets and say, hey, check out my church. And if I get you to sign up for services, it helps me because I get a 10% commission on whatever you buy.
They say it brainwashes people.
It is. It's mind-numbing.
No. I'm doing the... They say it brainwashes people.
Do I look like I'm brainwashed to you? I'm your neighbor. I'm your best friend. Scientology is an applied religious philosophy. It's not a religion you just sit down and pray at an altar about. This is something that you actually apply every single day in your life. Tools to improve yourself.
Pass him here.
Oh my God, they're really heavy. There's apparently 1 million spoken and transcribed L. Ron Hubbard words in all these books.
But you paid for all of them.
I paid for all of them.
How much did you pay for all your materials?
For all the book course materials?
Everything, just for the whole of services, books, everything.
Everything, $50,000.
About $50,000.
$50,000.